5:30, a federal expert toured flood and landslide prone areas around here today. He's looking at this area's infrastructure to determine if repairs are needed. A lot of people who live in those areas want to know who's going to fix things and who's going to pay.
Yeah, so will federal officials pitch in? Money editor John Delano got some answers.
With frequent flooding, degraded hillsides, and homes and roads at constant risk for landslides, local officials wasted no time bussing around the new chairman of the U.S. House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee to see some of the worst of Pittsburgh.
We want to make sure that if and when there is an infrastructure bill, that Chairman DeFazio has had the opportunity to see some of the things we've showed him in Pittsburgh.
We're thrilled that he would come here to look at the needs that we have, and I trust that he'll help us carry it over the finish line in Washington.
Oregon Congressman Peter DeFazio was joined by County Executive Fitzgerald and Mayor Peduto on a private tour that included the airport, locks and dams, bus rapid transit, civic arena site, bridges, and of course, the West End landslide.
As a result of climate change, what we're seeing happen with landslides is not something that it's going to go away. We viewed a landslide that will cost millions of dollars to take care of. But that's only one of over a dozen current landslides within the city of Pittsburgh.
I asked the chairman about federal help for landslides.
I'm puzzled as to why you were not given federal assistance under, the Disaster Act. That's puzzling to me. It seems like, and I asked, well, you didn't meet the threshold, and they said, no, we met the threshold, we were just denied. Perhaps partisan politics, I don't know.
DeFazio said back in the Clinton years, money was available in advance to take care of hillsides before there was a landslide. But now there's no money.
That's foolish not to be making that investment or partnering with you in preventing these very expensive collapses.
The chairman says his committee will look into the denial of aid.
We'll look into it, and there's a whole lot of oversight that we're planning on.
Now, the chairman, a Democrat, said the Trump administration favors rural areas over urban ones when it comes to aid. He was also asked about the $2 trillion infrastructure bill that the president and Democratic leaders found some agreement on last week. DeFazio says the challenge is finding the money to pay for it. He wants a $0.015 increase in the federal gas tax that hasn't gone up since 1993. He says the cost of doing nothing far exceeds a small gas tax hike. But so far, no bipartisan consensus on this. John Delano in the studio.